Who wants to start?
Hello. I'm Valentine. I am an architect since July, and here with my friends from a collective we just created to share with you.
Hello, I'm Perrine. I graduated from this school 3 years ago, and this is my team.
Hi, I'm Geoffrey. I'm a student in the school. I'm not in the collective, but I follow this project.
I'm Jade. I don't know where I'm supposed to look, so. But yeah, I'm Jade. I'm also an architect and part of the collective.
Okay.
And I'm Lauriane, and architect since 10 days. And part of the collective as well.
Okay. Well, thank you to all of us. It's very stressful. Can you tell us what is the EASA association, please?
So yeah, you said EASA, we call it EASA. So EASA is no problem. It's the Architecture Student Assembly. So it's basically a gathering of 500 students every summer. Architecture students who go in a country working on a team there, and for 2 weeks, and there are like study workshops and lectures and everything, and it's
what is the origin of this association and its history?
Well, it's not really an association, it's like really an assembly of students, and so it changes every year. And it started in 1881, I believe, in Liverpool. And yeah, it's from people that didn't recognize themselves in the usual way to learn architecture, so they decide to meet with other countries in Europe, and it's continue like from years to years, and it change country every year.
Okay. How did you develop your network? Was there a trigger workshop?
I think, the trigger was this assembly, because, I mean, there was a lot of triggers, but what made us meet each other was this assembly, and I think it was we wanted to work together, we wanted to ask questions and change the way we were practicing architecture together and think about it. But yeah, it was this summer in Switzerland, but not a particular workshop.
Okay.
Just we wanted to make a workshop, so we assembled together.
Can you tell us why you choose to participate in the well-being of the association of this? Yes. And what you like about this concept? You say you like to meet new people, or what do you like in this?
You mean the well-being of the whole event?
Yes.
Okay. We kind of started to think about organizing a new project in France, like to organize the overall project in France for 2021. So we started to think about it, and then once you're there, like it's all about the community and stuff. So everybody feels engaged and is somehow into the tasks that are related to the event. Because I mean, it's quite a lot of work to organize something for 500 students. And so, I don't know, we felt pretty much included in it. So as we used to be a pretty big team, pretty big French team, I mean, we kind of started to think that we should bring something to them, like we should add our own vision of it. So we started this project because we felt pretty much engaged in it.
Okay, and we got an example of what you can learn or explain to the other of the group of the other students? Or?
During the EASA?
If you learn or explain something to bring an apprentice,
To learn something over there?
sorry, to learn something for the other, or I don't know if you.
For example, in EASA, even like practical things that we can learn. We can learn like to use different materials, like for example aluminium or different concretes or different way to join woods or stuff like that. But there is also some workshop, like performance workshop. So it's more about theater, street art, dancing, or how to act with the European fabric. And it's also like the last point we are facing is life in community. So as Perrine said, it's like 600 people living together for 2 weeks, and so everyone is pretty involved in the community. So we are cooking together, we are like managing the whole event all together. So everything is like sharing and learning from the other. It's like a strong collective energy.
Okay. Are there just architecture students or other students in depression, Beaux-Arts?
Well, basically it's supposed to be architecture students, but I think also used to get a little bit more open, and you can also have like landscape architects or even graphists or different others.
It's kind of a movement that spreads around, like from friend to friend. Also, there's a lot of I'm telling you about this event. Come join. I think you would fit in. So there are some people that don't do architecture, but that are interested in the event, and so they can also apply. But it's mainly architects.
Yeah.
But there are artists.
always
There are
different,
engineers. There are.
Okay. How do you choose your countries, and what are the criteria for future workshops or past workshops?
That's a good question. No, but basically we have this also, what is also part of the community living is that we have this way of choosing, which is always the same by consensus. So basically it's always about like everyone has to agree on the next edition in the country and the subject and everything. So we have a gathering in winter where the country wants to apply for 2 years after event, present their country and what they want to do there and why they want to bring EASA in their country. And then they have like 2 days discussion where they all debate, because you also have like 2 national contacts in every countries. We decide for the whole country if they agree or not well, it's not clear at all, but so basically it's a lot of discussions, and then when everyone agree on which country is going to be, then we reach the consensus and then it's decided.
It's more about the proposal than the country. It's just that you organize an event with your teammates from your country, but you have to bring a proposal. It's not just come do the event in France or come do it in. It's come do it around this theme, these ideas, and it will be organized in that country.
Okay. How can we participate? There are criteria, or it's for all people?
You have to be really good friends with her.
You have to talk with us after. For instance, you have, for the last year, it was about tourism. So if you apply as a participant, you have to submit a video and some criteria of from where you are, which school, what are your experiences about workshops, internship. And the topic was to make a video about tourism, and you have 20 seconds only.
Okay.
And you have to submit this, and after that the national contact will choose just for the participants.
Okay.
So for the volunteers and the others, the tutors, it's another way.
But like for the participants this year, it's about a comic. I mean, this year's theme is apathy, so you have to think about it and make a comic, and then you're gonna submit this, and then just fill a few questions we asked just to get to better know you. And then that's the way we choose participants. It's just about your motivation and your energy. I mean, it's not like proper questions.
It's not about your resume.
Yeah, it's pretty informal. I mean, we're doing it like this. It just like shows who you are and why you want to get it. So yeah, and then there's this quite little exercise, but I mean, it's quite.
But there are also many ways you can participate. This is to be a participant in the French team. So
usually you start as a participant.
Yeah, you come, you discover, and then you can come and be a tutor. So you can propose a workshop where participants will make it happen during the event, or you can come as a helper, which is like a staff member. So there are many ways to join the event.
After how many workshops you can be a tutor? Of,
So
you can start.
You can start.
It's just there's no rules. Like you can just apply the role you feel
So
fit the best.
if your idea is good, they get picked.
Like to participate in the event, there is 3 main roles, which is tutor, helper, or participant. I mean, usually you start as a participant, but you can totally start as a tutor if you have a workshop idea. Whatever.
and you have another exercise to prove you can to be a tutor? Or?
Like to be a tutor, you have to propose a workshop. You have a workshop proposition to do, and then you submit it to the team organizers, and then they choose. And for the participants, it's the French team. They choose the participants for the French.
For the tutor, it's more like a kind of competition because it's like, you are doing a proposal, so you are facing other people that are doing proposal, and there's only 30 workshops that are selected at the end.
Okay. Perrine, you told us by phone that France was not selected for the 2021 session, but you told. Sorry. But you told us about an alternative on Roi Island.
Yeah.
Can you explain us a few of you, maybe?
So yeah, we applied for inviting EASA in France on the island of Roi for 2021, and it was kind of against Serbia, Russia, and Italy. All those countries proposed different subjects, and it was Serbia who won this edition. But the thing is, like, you can also organize if you feel like you have a good team and good energy, and you want to do it still, because like they said, like there is never any bad proposal. So we say, okay, well, let's do it anyway. So it's going to be kind of a small EASA. It's not be like the big event that you have for 2 weeks during the summers. But you can have small kind of EASA, and this is what we want to do in 2021 by September or the end of the summer.
2021. Have you got other events during the year after the summer? Or?
Yeah, so there is like the big one in the middle of the summer, which is EASA, and then there is like 2 small ones in autumn. One is dedicated to the national contact of every country. It's the moment where they choose where are going to be the next edition. And then there is another one which is in the country of the next summer that is organized like a small meeting for the people that are interested to be tutors. So they can come the first time to the country, see what are the problematic, and then it gives them ideas to do some proposals.
It's like a tutor meeting.
It's like a tutor, yeah. So those are like kind of the 3 official ones, and for the countries that weren't choose but decide to still do something, they can do, as Perrine said, the sesame, which is either in spring, either in autumn, like whenever they want.
Okay. What are your future ambitions for the ESAB? for the association in general, or your future project in this association?
Well, yeah, so we decided to still do this project in Goa, and we thought like none of us wants to be like classical architects because we feel like this is not what we fit in, and we're all concerned about the ecological issues that the world is facing, and that architecture also is super involved in and responsible for a lot of gas emissions and waste also, and wanted to really dedicate our professional life to those issues, and that's why we started a collective. So this event in Goa will be one main project of the collective, but we are starting other projects based on a kind of methodology we developed for approaching different projects, and yeah, we're hoping that this collective is going to be a good starting for.
Have you got developed new ecological techniques yet?
Well, actually, we just federate as a collective in January, so it's like super new. But we have for now a project in Lille,
Okay.
which is something completely different, but we're always approaching with this method, yeah. And we have also a project in Ukraine. So because we want to develop as a kind of platform for young architects who don't recognize themselves in the like classical way of practicing, and
At the European level.
at the European level to keep this attached with the EASA as well. And so yeah, we have projects in France, but we also have projects all around Europe.
Geoffrey? Jeff, I don't know what.
As you want.
Jeff.
G.
Okay, Geoffrey. You are a student in 5th year of architecture. Can you tell us about your experience in this group?
Come to the cafe just after. I will tell you. No, it was my first experience, so I discovered absolutely the method of the assembly, all the people that know each other from the last EASA, and I was as a participant, so I made a workshop, and for example in my team there was a workshop of construction, but the best purpose was to discuss with the people. There was people from Ukraine, Portugal, all the countries, and the best experience I had with them is not the architecture or the construction. It was more share the experiences, how they see the architecture in their own countries, how they study there. So yes, there's a lot of stuff like this, but the main experience is more the community and human experience than the construction or the workshop that are pretext to share this our own convictions. And it's very interesting because in each countries of Europe they have a certain view about architecture that doesn't correspond with the French way of teaching architecture. So there is a lot of debate. Yeah.
At some point you were talking about what do you learn there. I think you learn way more about other countries and how they function, and that's the most interesting part for me, I think. It's not really about architecture and everything.
What do you learn you for your personal?
Yeah, what you meet people from countries you didn't even know existed, and you feel a little bit about it, but I mean it's fantastic for that.
Do you think this is an experience that every student of architecture school must do?
Yeah, I would say yes, but I think not everyone is able to.
Not everyone can.
It's like a
Yeah.
special context. I mean,
Yeah, it can be hard after 2 weeks of living and sleeping and meeting with 600 people is also kind of exhausting. So I think not everyone can fit in that context. But I mean, for this cultural part and for this just open-minded experience, I think, yeah, of course,
It would be fantastic if everybody could do it, but at some point it's also a challenge.
Okay.
And you have to, you have to embrace it and give like 100% of yourself all the time, and it's great, but it's also
tiring.
not for.
So thank you for your time. It was very interesting. We want to practice now. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Et de rien.
Si vous pouvez mettre 2-3 potes, c'est cool.
Il y a des gens qui veulent venir, tout ça.
Thank you.